Alright, so in this video we're going to talk about how I can use my calculator to solve a system of three equations where I have three different variables. So we're going to use the matrix function, which if you notice is in blue right here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to choose the second matrix. And if you notice, these are all the names of the matrices, but we need to put our data in. So we're going to edit. Now, before I can ever put any of my matrix data in, I need to make sure that my equations are in standard form. So I need to make sure that all of my x's line up, all of my y's line up, and all of my z's, or whatever variables you have, and that they're all equal to constants on the other side. Now, if I don't have a z value, I will use a 0, or if this equals 0, that's fine, but I need to make sure that my variables line up and that my constants are over here. Alright, so if you notice on the left side of the equation, I have 3 rows of 3 columns. So I need to edit by hitting enter, and I need to choose a 3 by 3 matrix. So if you notice, once I turned it into 3 rows and 3 columns, it gave me that. So now I simply enter in the coefficients that go with my variables. So x has a coefficient of 1. I'm going to hit enter. My next one is 2. My next coefficient is 3, and so that takes care of the first row. So then I'm going to go down to the second row. So my x is 2, my y is -3, my z is -2, and then in my bottom row, my x is 3, my y is 4, and my z is -5. So now I've set up my 3 by 3 matrix, which represents all of my variables. So now I need to create a matrix for my constants. So I'm going to go back second matrix, and now I'm going to edit, but 1 is done, so I'm going to choose 2 or B, and I'm going to edit it. Now if you notice, this is 3 rows and 1 column, so I'm going to do a 3 by 1. So I'm going to start entering my data in. So I have 13, then I have -11, and then I have 5. So I now have my 2 matrices set up. So because I'm solving, I'm doing the inverse of it. So I'm going to second quit and go back to my home screen. So now to calculate, I'm going to choose second matrix, and I'm going to choose, instead of editing, I'm now choosing A. So A should show up on my screen. Now I want to do the inverse of it because I'm solving for the unknowns. And then I'm going to choose second matrix, and I'm going to compare that to B. So A inverse B, and if I hit enter, it's going to kick out my answers. So x is 1, y is 3, and z is 2.